Hi everyone, I'm in a swap with Mary Robson on Facebook, and she's also on YouTube. I'll leave a link to her channel underneath this video so you can go and watch the beautiful projects that Mary creates. So anyway, I want to show you now what I've made for our Christmas swap. So anyway, I'll show you the dies first. I use this die, which is a Sizzix movers and shapers die, and I think it's called a pocket watch die. So there's that. And then you use this to cut out the main shape, and then you use one of the circles then for the centre. So I used these dies to create a shape. So I'll show you what I made now. This is the first one. I thought I'd make some little Christmas decorations. I thought this would be a nice change to make something a bit out of the ordinary. So anyway, what I did with these were I used a couple of die cuts and laid them one on top of the other, and then I cut out one using a pretty Christmas paper in a blue and a cream. And then I used this little image in the middle here, which is a digital download that I purchased on Etsy some time ago. Hang on, let me see if I can put this down, because I'm rather shaky. I'll zoom in a bit. So if I move it up there, like that. Sorry about this. I'm sitting at a different angle behind the camera. So anyway, so I used this pretty image in the centre here, and then I went around the edge using some rhinestone trim, and then I used a white flower here with some stamens, and I die cut out some little holly leaves, and I coloured those using a distress ink, and then I put a little bow at the top with a little rose in it. So that's the first one. Like that, and then I just put paper on the background like that. So that's the first one. This is the second one here. Again, I die cut a few different levels of the chipboard shape, and then I went and I used cut out one, using like a newsprint, and then I used that pretty image in the centre here like that. I hope you can see that okay. And then I die cut out some holly leaves again and coloured those using a distress ink. And then I used a little rose on the rose buds to decorate the bottom, then the top there. So there's that one. And that's also decorated on the back. And then there's this one. I hope you can see these okay. So again, I've used a few different, die cuts so it would thicken it up. And then a pretty image in the middle. I used some red roses this time, and I glittered them, and I used some die cut leaves, and I also coloured those again using the distress ink. And then I used I made a little red bow at the top, and used an embellishment in the centre of that, and that image is very pretty, so I'll show you that. And I've decorated the back of that as well. So the other project I made for Mary, I decorated a letter. So what I did with this was, first of all, I gave it a couple of coats of white gesso, and then in the left hand corner here I used a stencil and some embossing paste, and I put the embossing paste over the stencil and then lifted it off carefully, and then I sprinkled some silver glittered embossing powder over the top, and I just left that to dry then. And when it was dry, I then heat set it using a heat gun. So that looks really effective, I think. Then what I did was I used this pretty lace here to decorate the letter in different sections. And then I used these little tiny little pink flowers. You can see those there. And then the angel on the bottom left hand side, I made that out of resin. I used the mould and made it out of resin. Then I gave it a couple of coats of the white gesso paint, and then I went over it in a silver Inca Gold by Inca Gold. And then I dry brushed over that using a pale pink acrylic paint to try and highlight it. Just to add a little bit of colour into this. And then at the top here, I've used a little like fabric flower, and then a little pink flower under that, and an embellishment on the top like that. So I'm happy with the way this has turned out. I've never decorated, I've not decorated a letter before. And then on the back then, I also used the lace on the back to finish it off. So that turned out quite pretty. I'm really pleased with it actually. And I hope Mary will like it. So I thought, you know, it'd be nice to use all year round, not just for Christmas. So anyway, there's my projects. I won't put this video up until Mary has received her package. So I hope you like everything, Mary. So thank you for watching. Please leave a comment.